The fourth round of the Australian Open begins today, and thankfully we're starting with the top half of the draw, which has definitely lived up to its billing as the better half. Right at the top we have Roger Federer taking on Thomas Berdych. They're the third match today on Rod Laver Arena. I'm taking Federer in 3 sets in that one. He had a really tough match, obviously, an epic, with Janko Tipsarevic of Serbia in the third round. That went 10-8 in the fifth. So I think Federer's going to look at that as a wake-up call, and he'll be ready to come out and crush Thomas Berdych, which he's done in their last 5 meetings. Berdych actually beat him in the 2004 Athens Olympics, but Federer's won their last 5 head-to-head matches. So I'm looking like that's going to go to 6 with a straight set win for Federer. He'll take on the winner of James Blake versus the Croat Miran Cilic, the 6'5 youngster who took out last year's runner-up Fernando Gonzalez, and he did so in impressive fashion. However, I think Blake has the edge in this one. He's got a really strong return, and Cilic's serve is obviously a strength, and that might have some problems going up against Blake's return. So I'm looking at James Blake, got the J Block hat on already, getting pumped up for that one. I'm looking at Blake in 4 sets come through and play Federer in the quarterfinals. In the other section of the top half, we've got Juan Carlos Ferrero and David Ferrer, 2 Spaniards who are totally on top of their games right now. Neither one has lost a set, and actually neither one has come close to losing a set in their first 3 matches. Most impressively, Juan Carlos Ferrero crushed David Nalbandian in the third round. Nalbandian came into this tournament completely on fire, as you probably know, winning 2 Masters Series events at the end of 2007. But Ferrero totally handled him, and he's playing some of the best tennis he has in years. We haven't seen him play at the top of the men's game in at least 3 or 4 years, but in Australia he's looking like he's doing just that. Of course, he'll be running into Ferrer, who's also on fire. He had a breakout year in 2007. He made the quarters of the U.S. Open en route to qualifying for the U.S. Masters Cup, and looking like the same thing in 2008 for Ferrer. He hadn't lost a set in Australia. Most recently, he destroyed American Vidspadia in straight sets. So this is looking like the best fourth round matchup of the top half, probably even of the entire fourth round. And I'm looking for Ferrer to come through in 5 sets in an absolute baseline slugfest for these 2 grinders. The winner of that match will most likely take on Novak Djokovic, who's going to be going up against a tired Leighton Hewitt. The hometown marathon man took out Marcos Baghdatis in 5 grueling sets on Saturday night inside Rod Laver Arena. And it was an epic. Hewitt could have finished him in 4 sets. He was up 2 breaks in the 4th. But Baghdatis stormed back, brought it to 5 sets before tiring out, and Hewitt just outlasted him in the 5th. So Hewitt's playing Djokovic. Even at 100%, I'd give the edge to Djokovic. He just has more power. Hewitt, doesn't have any weapons. He just grinds it out from the baseline, gets balls back. But that's not going to be enough against Djokovic, who's on top of his game. He's been dominant through 3 rounds. Most recently, he took out Sam Querrey, an up-and-coming American, in straight sets. So I think Hewitt can get a set, probably a second set, but I'm looking for Djokovic to come through in 4, and probably won't be too difficult. So in the quarterfinals in the top half, we'll have Federer against James Blake and Djokovic against Juan Carlos Ferrero.